Alright, we do a little bit of a basic showcase here for all the sword types in Swordburst 3. This is going to be for the alpha. And they could always change a lot of stuff, add more bursts to certain swords. As I'm speaking, they just added a new burst for dual wielding here. Dual wielding right now is going to be paywalled under a game pass for 100 Robux. Pretty expensive. Yeah. But we'll show you guys if it's worth it. Watch my gameplay here, whatever I say, who knows, but I'll be playing it for a while anyways, so you'll see me use it a lot. But other than that, let's go over bursts. So bursts are the skills for swords, and there is unique bursts for that certain weapon type. So for example, for one-handed swords, you have 3 here. Great swords have 2 right now, and dual wielding has 2. Dual wielding at the beginning only had 1, and this dual flurry is a new one that was just added for me playing the pre-alpha. Now you get skill points, but leveling up, every time you level up, you get 3 skill points, and then if you're max level, you can still get more skill points by leveling up as well, while being max level, pretty much. So let's go over and talk about the bursts and dual wielding. So dual wielding, is it worth it? Up to you. If you play dual wielding, you should know exactly from other Swordburst games or World Zero on how it feels. It hits twice basically, and it has very fast attack speed. Has 2 abilities. The basic one, which is Venom Strike, which gives you some mobility and does damage 1 time, and then we have the new one, which is Blade Flurry, which hits 10 times. It's like the ultimate ability that you use in the old games, basically. And if you didn't know, but skill points you can level up. So right now they're only level 2, level 3, and so the damage doesn't matter. It may vary. It will vary depending on where you are in the game. This is late game weapons for the pre-alpha. So I'll show you guys a little bit of an example here. Now I'll show Whirlwind is a universal one. We should just spin around and do damage 3 times. So, I'll show you guys the abilities. So, the first one here would be Venom Strike. Then we'll do Blade Flurry. But I'll show you guys the attack speed real quick. So, this is what it looks like when you're attacking enemy here. So, you can see that it hits twice. And the damage is obviously divided in half, as you can tell. But you can see we do massive damage. We attack twice. Now, we can do a Venom Strike. Our little dash here. We missed because hitbox, you know, is a bit wonky, but it's a pretty small cooldown. Okay, well, now this is embarrassing for myself. I don't know, why am I hitting this? I need to be closer. There we go. I need to be closer. So there's that. It does decent damage. Well, hits once, but it's good mobility. Sure. Then we have Blade Flurry, which hits 10 times. So we'll do that real quick here on this boss. There we go. That is good burst. It's a low cooldown. It's 8-second cooldown right now, and the cooldown goes on usage. So what that means is that it takes about like 2 seconds to use the full ability. So basically, it's a 6-second cooldown or 3-second or 5-second cooldown. So it's actually pretty short compared to everything else. So there is that. That's for sure. And then Whirlwind. I mean, we'll use it different. So that's pretty much dual wielding. We can go more into detail about it, right? But like, you can see the damage of the sword was 526, but our main damage is 657. But then we do like 458, something like that per hit. But we're hitting twice in a row, so there's a lot of math involved here for dual wielding. But of course, it costs Robux to use it. So I don't know. This is pretty much all I could really show at the moment. But other than that, that is the dual wielding class, sword type, whatever it's called, archetype. Let's go over the one-handed sword. This is free, of course, and you're either going to be using Greatsword for now or the one-handed sword. So one-handed sword has lots of mobility, attack speed. It's obviously going to be, you're going to do more damage per hit, but won't be hitting twice technically. Just that's all that works. But the abilities here, we're going to have our range ability, Energy Cleave. We're going to have Flurry, which is 4 hits only. And then we have Linear Thrust, which is your mobility. It's a 2-second cooldown. It's a low-cost SP. So I'll show you guys how this goes here on this boss fight. Range, dash, 4 hits there. The dash is low cooldown and it's pretty good. So I think most people are using Greatsword, but you'll see. So there we go. Here's the boss here. So 526 for myself here. It's not bad attack speed. Still, yes, it's less than the dual wielding, of course. Should be obvious. Here's our range ability. It goes pretty far. Does hits only once. Does double damage for now if you don't upgrade it. Then we have our flurry here. There's 4 hits. It's not bad. Then we have our dash, which is very short cooldown. You can spam it basically. So it's probably good for PvP. And then I haven't used a Whirlwind. It's maxed out. It'll do a lot of damage. And then we're just gonna kill this guy real quick. There we go. And that right there is pretty much the sword showcase. Not much to show. You'll be using it if you want to play the game. There is that. And lastly, we're gonna have the Greatsword. Greatsword I have it maxed out because I use it a lot. It's pretty good. It has 2 unique bursts, which is going to be Fissure and Meteor Strike. These are just 1 hit, 2 hit, what is it? 2 hits, 2 hitter, and then a 1 hitter. Massive damage, cost lots of SP. But you can, if you max it out, work the percents right there. It's pretty big. Of course, Greatswords, they attack slow, but they do massive damage per hit. So that's like the main differences between all the classes. And of course, I mean, Whirlwind's probably the best for this one, as it scales, obviously, with when you level it up. And it scales with the weapon damage, so it's pretty good for Greatsword, that's for sure. And the thing is, swapping weapons are very easy. Your skills save between weapons. So you see, we do a lot of damage. We of course do a lot of damage. So here we have Fissure. It's a 1 hit or big range, 3.1k damage right there. Of course, damage will vary. And then we have what? Fissure, what is it called again? I already forgot. Meteor Strike. So it'll hit twice, pretty much. I'll jump real quick. 1, 2. So 2 spin right there. There we go. So yeah. Bang. That's pretty good. I do enjoy Greatsword. It's pretty good. And then that's pretty much it, honestly. Very basic stuff we're going through, and there's 2 utility ones, which is universal. If you upgrade these, they're upgraded on all the sword types, no matter what. We have regeneration and agility. These can be used for many reasons. Agility is okay if you max it out. The more times you level it up, the longer it lasts for. So it's what looks like agility. You can have your own sprint, or you can dash with it as well. Gives you more speed to get around. And then regeneration is good for tanking, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and get hit by this guy real quick. But other than that, that's pretty much it. There'll be more swords types added in the future, and you don't have to worry. It'll be announced, of course, which one they're being added. I think it said it's community voted, so you guys can vote and all that stuff. So we're gonna get hit by Hagon here a couple times, get some damage done to us. But you can see the healing is very good. If you max it out, I think it's 8 seconds, right? 9 seconds. So it's really good, pretty much. So we're gonna use it. Look at this. It's just what it's like, you know, the shield ability, you know, in Swordburst 2. So but other than that, up to you which one you want. But I would wait. If you don't like Dual Wielder, it's fine. I think other classes would be pretty good. Other swords, I don't know, I keep saying classes, but other swords probably pretty good. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Forward to that, I guess. That's for sure. Anyways, I gotta go.